Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 18 of the fourth season of the NR2003 Red Bull GT Series. Of course, I have Senor Sean with me in the awesome booth of Tweenix, or Phoenix, as some people like to call it. Getting ready for our.
Oh, geez, this track.
Yeah. Hey, at least it's not as bad. It's the original Phoenix. But we're getting set for our 18th race of the year. After this race, we only have 12 more races left to go. So the championship is still up for grabs, nevertheless. So even if you're like over 100 points behind, you still have a chance to possibly put yourself into a good position to win the championship. Ricky Cervantes on the pole position in the 38. He jumped up 6 spots to 27th in points after last week's race at Viva Las Vegas. Alongside of him is Skylar Taylor, who jumped up a spot to fifth in the points table. Sebastian Palmer in the number three. He is 26 in the points table. And Danny Johnson, who raced his way into today's race via the Go or Go Home session, he is now 52nd in points after scoring 20 points in the race. Lizette Armstrong will complete your top five as you look at the rest of the starting lineup for this afternoon's race here at Phoenix. Anything you want to say, Sean, before we get these cars rolling?
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah. Let's get these cars moving. Don't know why the ticker is up, but I'll just see what happens there. As the cars are now rolling up behind the pace car, making sure nobody's got any issues. I'm going to double check to make sure nobody's got any issues in the back. Just checking back here. Jesse Art and Sean Art starting at the rear of the field. That's not good if you ask me. But 32 laps around.
I on the last row.
Yeah.
I quit.
Hey, at least you're at the back for the start of the race, not at the front. Is somebody having a problem? Oh, it's the 11 has an issue. That's Logan Williams as he's coming to pit road. We'll follow up on his little deal in a minute. Green flags in the air. We're racing here at Phoenix. And he did cross the line, so whatever the issue is, he's going to come to pit road. And it is a flat tire, so he will get into the race. Oh, Danny Johnson of the wall by Sebastian Palmer.
We just started the race.
Yeah, like, what was that all about? Haven't got over the top 10 of the points presented by Golden Corrals. Logan Williams has returned the race, I should say, but he will fall one lap down as a result of the flat tire. So everybody did get scored, so that is good news there. Three wide back there. Takashi getting turned. Oh, got a car in the wall. That's Annie Crenshaw. Crenshaw's in the wall. She's got left side damage on her machine. We're still green, but she's dropping through the running order. She's got some damage to that machine. And how that was not a caution, I will never know.
I think the officials are drunk.
Well, the track, it is hot and slick, so these cars are slip sliding around a lot. And while that was going on, Skylar Taylor is battling Lizette Armstrong for the second position. Skylar Taylor is running very well in the points, whereas Lizette Armstrong, she's down to 43rd in the points table, trying to get herself back in the top 42 in case qualifying gets rained out as Skylar Taylor loses a spot to Sebastian Palmer. And back up front is Ricky Cervantes leading this race, former Truck Series champion of what is now the retired PCS Array. back in 2015. Points are as follows. I'm going to get this out of the way. Alexander Underwood leads by 2 points over Sarah Redmond, 8 points over Cody Goforth. Sarah Redmond, by the way, the rookie points leader, 18 points between her and Ponzo Albanus. Skylar Taylor, as we mentioned, is 5th. J Ard 6th. Bradley Reim 7th. D Monroe, Vanko Seaman, and Logan Williams came as race 10th in the points. And the caution is out for the first time today. Oh, and I was just talking about Vanko Seaman. He's in trouble. I don't know if he's got any damage or not. Unless something let go on that. Second in points is involved Sarah Redmond. I was just talking about second in points. And the rookie points leader, J Ard's got damage. That's 6th in points. Reggie Fogelman is involved. Andrew Williams involved. Bianchi is involved. I was just talking about the top 10 of the points. Oh boy. Caution is out for the first time today. Let's jump back and look at a replay to see what in that world happened. I don't know to say this, but I wonder if there was oil that was coming from the 10 car, because here's Vanko Seaman. And it looks like something mechanical let go. I think this is all because the 10 was blowing up. And as that was happening, Chaz Farmer got turned by Sean Art. Farmer goes into the wall. There's where Seaman got his damage. But it all started when somebody got into Campbell Marsh in the 64 there.
So really, it's not my fault.
I don't think it was your fault. I think it was because I'm really starting to wonder if there was oil coming on the track. The 33 of Jumianka gets into Campbell Marsh. I wonder if there was oil on the track because of the 10, because there would be no other reason. There's where Bianchi gets involved. J Ard runs in the back of Sarah Redmond, and then Andrew Williams hits Sarah Redmond. That's not good for Sarah Redmond for 2 reasons. 1, she's the rookie points leader coming in this race, and 2, she was 2nd in points coming into this race. So that is not good news for her. That is good news for the guy that is the points leader. But Sarah Redmond did not need something like this, and this is also good news for the guy who's trying to run down Sarah Redmond for the points lead. And the caution is out for the first time today. We can definitely say Vanko Seaman's day is done as the yellow is out here at Phoenix. Let's get to the restart here in the Valley of the Sun. Green flag going to go back in the air on lap number 10 of 32. So we're still in the early stages of this race. Got some lap cars on the inside. Ricky Cervantes is the leader. Lizette Armstrong in 2nd. Sebastian Palmer 3rd. Skylar Taylor 4th. Cody Smart 5th. Shyla Askraov 6th, 7th Danny Johnson, Kasumi Takashi in 8th, Cody Goforth 9th, and Ponzo Albanus complete the top 10. Drivers out, only one. That would be Vanko Seaman, who had a camshaft let go on his Chevy Corvette. That is a tough break for a driver who is top 10 in the points. He will not be top 10 in the points leaving today. We have 2 former winners from Phoenix here in the Red Bull GT Series. I do not remember if Season 1 we ever raced at Phoenix. I will have to go back and look. One of them is in the field right now. One of them is not. So we're guaranteed a new winner, by the way, regardless. As we are back to green here at Phoenix. 41 drivers on track, 40 of them on the lead lap. Let me actually go confirm that. No, we did not race Phoenix in season number 1. So it made its debut in season 2. Timo Mauser is the inaugural winner back in season 2. Of course, he is in the field. And the defending winner of this race is not in this field. The car that is in the field is driven by Lucian Bianchi. Summer Wagner went to victory lane in season 3. Of course, Summer Wagner no longer in the series after, well, her brother being an idiot, but that's besides the point. Logan Williams currently 1 lap down. Lizette running in 2nd. So far, we've had only one green flag lap right now. 40 drivers on track are on the lead lap. 41 still in the race. And as I said, the 10 car now out of this race. We talked about Sarah Redmond, who came in this race second in points. Where is the guy that she was trying to run down for the points lead? Zach Underwood running in 12th. He was your points leader coming into this race. And the 12 of Ponzo Albanus running 9th. That's second in the Rookie of the Year standings, by the way. As we're nearing the midway point of today's race. With Oreo Cup Series 2025 stuff in the books, the only race weekend we got coming up is Texas. We got Trucks Busch and Winston Cup Series. Senor Sean will be racing in front of the home crowd on Sunday. J Ard, we will see her on Friday, along with S Askraov.
So we'll have the dead girl strategy happen there.
Yeah, on Friday. Of course, Jesse's running in the Truck Series on Friday. Sean Art will be racing on Sunday. So, big moment. Of course, Sean and CJ Bracken will be racing on Sunday. Oh, no, you touched the cars. That is the only race weekend we have coming up for the rest of the season, now that Oreo Cup Series is done. I'm not going there. Thank you very much. Next week, Red Bull GT. As I was going to say, next week for the Red Bull GT Series, as I pull up our schedule here. This week we're at Phoenix. Next week we're heading to Watkins Glen International Raceway.
Oh, cool.
Yes, we're going road course racing for these cars. Our 19th race on the season. That will be next Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That same week, we will have the regular season finale at 2 different locations. J Ard and the Truck Series drivers will be at Daytona. For the regular season finale. Busch and Winston Cup will be at 8 Bowl to finish up their regular season before the playoffs begin at Chicagoland. Yes, we're going to Chicagoland to open up the playoffs. That following week, these drivers will be at Talladega. Yes, we're going to Talladega after the Glen. Find that really interesting, if you ask me. Talladega will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time race. And then we begin the first race of the rounds of 10, 12, and 16 at Chicagoland. Then we have Darlington for these drivers. And then Sean Art and the Winston Cuppers head to Michigan for the second race of the round of 16. And then Nashville for GT Series. And then Trucks and Busch will be at IRP at Indianapolis for their second race of the first round. And for the Winston Cup, it is an elimination race as 4 drivers will be eliminated from the championship hunt. So that's all the races we got coming up on the schedule. Hope you'll join us for all the racing action coming your way. Oh no, Sean touched the cars again. There will be, however, an off week for the Red Bull GT Series. Or let me double check to confirm that.
Yeah, don't believe it up.
No, I'm wrong. There won't be an off week. I take that back. They will race on the week we're going to have a special event in October.
Nice going.
Well, the thing is, for the Winston Cup Series, that's on my late stepmother's birthday. So that would be bittersweet.
Bazinga.
What?
Bazinga.
Oh no, we're bringing that up again. Should be a lot of fun coming up as we finish up the Trucks, Busch, and Winston Cup series.
I know I'm acting like an idiot over here, but sorry.
That's fine. Cody Smart running in the 4th position behind Sebastian Palmer.
Oh, the idiot too.
Yes, everybody's favorite idiot in the world. All jokes aside, Cody Smart comes in this race 33rd in the points. He's only 4 points above the original 35th in the standings cut line.
He burnt the toast.
So Cody Smart needs to have a good run to get away from 35th in the standings. But the good thing is that he won't have to worry. He'll already bypass J Ard Johnson, who's now out of the series. As J Ard Johnson will fall out of the top 35 in points. Same with the Jochen Smith and Jochen Schmidt, who will continue to free fall through the points now that they're no longer in the series. See who they're catching up. Chaz Farmer's got a lot of damage on his machine. Tico Jumiaka, 2 races he's made the show, he has gotten damage. Andrew Williams, he was trying to stay above the 35th in the standings cut line where it's right now with... But he's going to definitely fall out of the top 35. Once the original drivers fall below that 35th in the standings, then that cut line will go back to 35th in the standings. Jesse Art running in 36 with a front end all missing, as we call it, the CRL modified. There's Henrietta Fitzwater, currently in that 35th in the standings. There's also some damage to Davis Santi's car. Yeah, the back end's all messed up. Wonder if that was from the first caution. There's Bianchi. That was the car that went to victory lane last season. And Senor Sean running in 25th. As the laps are winding down here at Phoenix. Jonathan Wong and Reagan Whitlock's got some damage to their machines. Emma Kaiser, Ingrid Pollard, will you cut that out? Pollard and Kaiser have been having some okay runs. In particular, Ingrid Pollard has been struggling trying to make races.
I'm sorry.
I know. RB Gardner making his second start in the GT Series, made his debut at Auto Club. That was because when qualifying was rained out, went to car owner points. Hanzo Albanus having a good run.
I should be ashamed of myself.
Ricky Cervantes down to 3 laps to go in this race. Want to remind everybody this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association, the Blue Hedgehog TV, for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmitted or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog TV and the World Racing Association want to thank you fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Right now, Lizette Armstrong was 81 points back of the current 35th in the standings cut line. I do not think that's going to be enough for her to get herself back into the top 35. However, it is going to get her closer to that 35th in the standings because remember, Courtney Lynn failed to qualify. Let me see. Did the 55 make the show? No, he did not. He failed to qualify. That's Sam Tenley. Dave Asante's not having a good run, so Lizette's going to go by him in the standings. Oh, 32 spots ahead of... Yeah, he'll bypass through the standings. As Ricky Cervantes is going to win here at Phoenix. And only one caution in this race, and that will be Ricky Cervantes' first win of season 4 here at Phoenix International Raceway. I already knew the white flag was already out, so I didn't derp.
Man, this race was boring.
Well, besides the one caution.
Yeah. But besides that, boring.
Well, Cervantes doesn't mind the boring as he'll take the win. Lizette Armstrong, well needed run for her. Really, really been struggling this season. That second place is definitely what the doctor ordered. Sebastian Palmer will come home in third. And Palmer, as I mentioned, came into this race 26 in the points. He was a total of 39 points ahead of the original 35th in the standings cut line, so he'll definitely extend his gap between the original 35th and the standings cut line. Cody Smart will get fourth. That will definitely stop the bleeding for Cody because he's been free falling through the points the last couple of weeks.
It ain't gonna stop the bleeding.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. Good run for Kasumi Takashi, who comes home in the 5th. She came as race 19th in the points. Definitely needed a bounce back after a tough race last week at Las Vegas. Danny Johnson, second start for him in his career. He'll get a 6th place result. Great run for him. S Askraov, good run for her in 7th. She needed that after dropping a spot last week at Las Vegas. Good run for her. Alexander Underwood finished in 8th. He will definitely keep the points lead heading into next week's race because the gal that that was trying to run him down for the points lead had a poor day. That would be Sarah Redmond. As Sarah Redmond did not have the finish she was hoping for, but nevertheless, Alexander Underwood will get 8th. Kyler Anderson, the defending series champion, comes home at 9th. He'll be in the top 10, the points leaving today. And a nice needed run for Addison Peterson, who fell out of the original top 35, has 10th place, done enough for her to get back in the original top 35. If that is the case, that will be big news once all of the drivers that are out of the series fall below that 35th in the standings cut line. So good run for Addie Peterson. Ponzo Albanus will no doubt take the rookie points lead heading into next week's race as he gets 11th. Skylar Taylor, Josh Harmon. RB Gardner had a good run in 14th, and Bradley Ream will complete your top 15. Senor Sean, 24th. When Lacey beat J Ard, that's for sure. As you look on down to the remainder of the finishing result, a lot of drivers who came in running well in points are really going to take some hits in the standings. Maddie Crenshaw, I don't know if 31st is going to be enough for her to stay in the original 35th in the standings cut line. The good news for her, remember, 4 drivers are out of the series, so we'll have to see where this is going to situate her. Same with Henrietta Fitzwater. Jessie Art was 6th in points. She will definitely drop out of the top 10 in points. Sarah Redmond, 37th, came as race 2nd in points. Chaz Farmer, 16th in points. He's going to drop through the standings. Andrew Williams, 39th, is definitely not going to get him safe. I think he's going to fall down through the points table. Same with Henrietta Fitzwater. Tico Jumianka was the last car to finish on the lead lap. That's a shame for Jumianka. He's really been struggling. In fact, the 33 as a whole has been struggling to try to make races. And when they have made races, they either have poor showings or just get involved in wrecks. Pretty much simple as that. But he was the last car to finish on the lead lap. Logan Williams had a flat tire come into the green, never recovered, came home 41st. He was another driver that came in this race running well in points, 10th to be exact. So he's going to drop through the points table, out of the top 10 to be exact. And only one driver did not reach the conclusion of the race. Vanko Seaman had an engine failure that caused our only caution of the race, where all of these drivers from Bianchi on down, you could also maybe include Maddie Crenshaw, exclude Trinity Lee, that were involved in that big wreck, and they're really going to take some hits. So we are definitely, Senor, going to have a point shakeup heading into next week's race. Let me see, where were we going next week? We're going to Watkins Glen next week, so that's going to be a big shakeup.
You forgot you were talking about the Glen earlier.
Yeah, we're going to the Glen next week. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, Sean, I just want to thank you for joining me in the booth for this race, even though it was a caution.
The only one caution, that means this race stinks.
Hey, don't worry. Next week, we're going to probably have 5 or 6 cautions if I crank it up to 110. But yeah, but hope you guys enjoyed today's race from Phoenix. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We've shown your full finish results. What will the point standings look like? We know Alexander Underwood's going to keep the points lead. Ponzo Albanus will take the rookie points lead. And where's this going to put some of these drivers in that near 35th in the standings cut line? As your points are down in the description heading into next week at the Glen. But we still got to finish up this race weekend. Senor Sean, Jesse Art, and a few others heading off to Texas Motor Speedway. It is Trucks, Busch, and Winston Cup Series penultimate race of the regular season, the end of the chase to the chase. Oh, yes. And then next week, as I mentioned, the Glen for the Red Bull GT Series. And then we will have all three series of the PCS array in two different places. The trucks will be at Daytona for the regular season finale. Busch and Winston Cup will wrap up their regular season at 8 Bowl in a win or be eliminated race. That's going to get interesting. Hope you'll join us for that. Until then, for Sean Art, I've been the Blue Hedgehog signing off as you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013. Until then, arrivederci, everybody.